All right, welcome to another Comic Station One Shot. This is an interview with Michael Perkins from 215 Inc. They are a local publisher in the Philadelphia area. And tell us what you do at 215.
All right. We are, like many virtual operations, everybody does a little bit of everything. So I have my hand primarily in marketing design, branding consultation, but I also do a lot of the editing, script reviews, you name it. We all do a bit of everything there.
All right. So 215 is a local, I want to say smaller publisher that has a web presence as well. What do you find that some of the smaller publishers, some of the freedom that it allows, but also some of the constrictions that being a small publisher gives to you?
Well, we have, freedom specifically when you're talking about versus the large two. We can put out whatever we want, even if it's something that has absolutely no promise. It has no reason that it might be a success, other than that it's just quality, other than maybe it's a creator that we want to work with or support or help grow. We can take those risks because it doesn't cost us money to take those risks. Whereas if you're going to have some kind of release with DC or Marvel, they're putting many thousands and maybe millions of dollars into it. So they have to make sure that it's going to be a success. So you're not going to see the kind of new talent that we can work with very easily.
Yeah, I do find a lot of the times if you want to go for the more out there kind of mentality with comic books, smaller publishers, more independent publishers are the way to go on that. As
Exactly.
far as hitting potentially, I want to say not so much controversial, but maybe some ideas that maybe you normally wouldn't hit. I would you go with a small publisher. For example, one of the ones that I found on your site was Flutter. And that
Mm-hmm.
one, I was reading over it. It looks really nice. I like the artwork on it. I think it's actually a really cool idea. The
Gorgeous.
Yeah, the general idea is that it's a gender bender. The girl transforms into a boy in order to get the girl, and she
Exactly.
discovers to the benefit of being yourself and also coming to terms with herself and so forth. So I think that's an
Yeah.
idea that's really out there.
Yeah, and it's one, like you said, that you just wouldn't see out of DC. You wouldn't see out of Marvel, and you probably won't. But that's something that we can jump on because it's something that we want to be a part of. To create a team like Jeff McComsey and Jenny Wood, you're talking about part of the FUBAR team, the New York Times best-selling series here. Yeah, we want to be a part of that. Yeah, we want to see what else you've got to put out there. And like you were saying, it's just good looking. It's gorgeous. It's not just a good creative team. The product is phenomenal, but it's something that you just wouldn't see otherwise if it weren't for small press.
Yeah. Another one that I saw out there, and I'm going to let you go over this one for me. Jesus Hates Zombies.
Right. Yeah. Jesus Hates Zombies is the brainchild of Steve Lindsay, and it has been just a wild runaway success. It is our best-selling book. It is currently being shot as a live-action movie with Eric Balfour directing and starring as Jesus. That has been in production for a while now here, but I believe they are actually filming now. If you saw Balfour at Comic Con at any of those performances or appearances recently, he talks about it, and that's why his hair is so long because he's grown it out for the part. But yeah, you're talking about Jesus coming back, and he's not happy with the situation, and he's taken out a lot of zombies in there. You got Lincoln hating werewolves, which, by the way, is before any of the other Lincoln appearances that have come out in the last couple of years. Lindsay was there first. um, just a whole lot of crazy stuff in there, and the big thing that we get always at cons, because we have a big banner of Jesus Hates Zombies, is people coming up and always asking, well, how can Jesus hate zombies? He is a zombie. And this is something that tripped us up, immediately. But of course, Stephen has heard this question so many times, he's got the immediate answer, saying, no, 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 no. Jesus is not a zombie. Jesus has been resurrected, whereas zombies are reanimated. And with resurrection, you actually retain your soul.
Tricky.
Zombies, reanimated, have no soul, and therefore Jesus has no interest in them. What are they going to do for him, you know?
I like that. Very, very tricky way around that, because a lot of people always said that Jesus was the first zombie, because he was the first one to come back to life.
Subtle but distinct difference.
All right. Now, I know there's another one that you personally are working on. Can you tell us a little bit about Beware?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Beware is a creation. It's with myself and my brother. I write it. My brother pencils and inks it. And it's a 12-issue series. We're currently producing issue 4. It's all what I call neo-retro sci-fi. All takes place in a small town in upstate New York, which is coincidentally where my brother and I are from. And there was a city, a town that was founded with a basis of science, but they've kind of gone astray. And because of that, they suffer every issue from another calamity or a experiment gone wrong, and they have to use science to overcome it.
Okay. All right. And the book that we're actually here for, the one coming up, the big anthology, the big release, is the Ignition Anthology.
Ignition, yeah.
It has, 80 artists in it? You have...
Yeah, over 80 creators, 300 pages, full color. It's quite the collection. It's been about a year in the making, maybe even a little bit longer. Will and I have a Beware short in there. All of the Beware products all have their own names. So it's the first issue is Beware, the Frogmen from Neptune. Second is Beware, Formula X. This one will be Beware, the Yields of Man.
Okay.
But just a little 5-page short.
So
we've got some of the best creators in the industry here, and like you were saying, it's stuff that you're not going to be able to see at DC or Marvel.
So this anthology, it reminds me a lot of old short stories. Some of my favorite artists, Isaac Asimov for science fiction and everything, they got their starts doing shorts, maybe 20 pages long, and it was in with a collection of other ones. There are great ways to get to know artists. If you see artwork in one of their shorts, you may be interested to go more towards the full issues. It's also a good way to get used to the writer's line of thinking and what the plot line is. So I like these anthologies. I recently reviewed a comic book that had 3 short stories in it. Now, how did you choose which ones were going to be in there? Did you go out and ask them to apply for it, or did they come to you and have some ideas?
It was a little bit of both. Being a small press publisher, we can't put out everything that we want to. And more than that, we can't put out everything that comes in, but a lot of times we'll get something that, while we don't want to put it out, we want to work with the people more. So we had a lot of creative teams that we wanted to see something from, or we wanted to just work with and get more exposure for. And we had a lot of our own creative teams that wanted to just do some short fiction. So we figured it was a great idea to put it all together, get some exposure for people out there that maybe normally wouldn't be able to get something published or wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
See who likes it.
Are we going to see some first-time writers or artists, giving them kind of a break to let them go into it?
That's primarily what we're looking at here is new creative teams. But we do have old
established
teams or established, not old.
Oh yeah, go up to them and tell them they're old.
Doesn't go over too well.
No. All right. So you came out with this. Is there a theme that's going to run throughout, or are you just letting everyone go wild?
No, we're completely letting everyone go wild. Whatever it is that they want to put out, it's. I wouldn't call it an all ages title, but it's appropriate for probably middle school and up, or definitely high school and up.
Okay.
But that's pretty much the only guideline. We just wanted to let people tell stories that they wanted to tell that probably they wouldn't get a chance otherwise.
Okay. Do you print your comics there as well at 215 or?
Sure do.
That's awesome.
Yep. Now, obviously, the print market is getting more harrowing every day. But yeah, we are still printing. We're still bringing books to cons, and still looking for ways to keep it alive.
All right, that's very cool.
So, for instance, with Ignition, what we've done is a month-long pre-order. so that we can build up the orders and get those in. So, and actually, I think we have just what is it, 6 days left, 5 days left of the pre-order.
Okay.
So if you want your print copy, better get it in now.
Yeah, by the time this video goes up, you're gonna have what 4 or 5 days left, so have to go up there real quick.
So you really have to rush.
Yeah, or you can get it online. I believe you have a online presence, so you can get the digital version.
Yeah, we will make the digital version can be downloaded as well at 215ink.com.
Okay. All right. Where could we? Where could you tell us what your online site is? How we can get in contact with you? I know smaller publishers love people to submit new things, so I think there's a link on there as well.
Yep, sure is. We have open submissions. We would love to hear from people. You can find us at 215ink.com or on Facebook at 215ink. And we're also on Twitter as well. And love to hear from people. Love to just hear what you think of our books, hear what you think about the comic industry in general, or see your stuff. If you have something to submit, please send it in.
All right, well, thank you for coming on to the Comic Station. This is a special one-shot. We usually do a weekly videos coming out on Wednesdays for all the new releases. I throw in a review or two and a recommendation. And as always, everyone is always welcome to leave comments. Let us know any suggestions, any other, especially small publishers. I love meeting with small publishers where they have such creative freedom. Anybody that you want us to do more interviews with, I would appreciate it as well. Check out 215 Inc. Especially look forward to Ignition. I like these short stories being as a way to get bite-sized introductions to different artists and styles that you may not even know you are interested in. And follow us on the Comic Station. And on our webpage, fronttowardsgamer.com, is the full article on this interview. So look for it online. Thank you very much, Michael.
Wonderful. Hey, thanks for having me.